Mr Speaker, just over 6 weeks ago, an historic piece of legislation was passed, Framework for a New Era in the Relationship between the Crown and Waikato Tainui. That Act focused on restoring and protecting the health and well-being of the Waikato River for future generations. So it's timely now to recall the words of the late Sir Robert Mahuta. He said, "The river belongs to us, just as we belong to the river. The Waikato tribe and the river are inseparable. It is a gift left to us by our ancestors, and we believe we have a duty to protect that gift for future generations." I have to give reference to this important precedent established by Waikato Tainui, as I believe it is directly relevant to this Hamilton City Council Parana Park land vesting bill. To the people of Waikato Tainui, the river is indeed a taonga tuku iho, the treasured legacy which their tupuna have entrusted in their care, and it is of the utmost relevance to this bill. And yet today the local member for Hamilton, in introducing this bill, spent a long time talking about Mr Parr and his relationship with the land and the park itself. But unfortunately, in bringing this bill into the House, he and the bill failed to even mention Māori, let alone the profound importance that Waikato Tainui accord to the need to protect, enhance and restore all waterways. And so it was really good to be able to listen to the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta talk about a little bit about the history of Māori and this area. Just to be clear, Parana Park is immediately adjacent to the Waikato River in Hamilton. And if anyone has any doubt about the connection, they might talk to Environment Waikato scientist Bill Vant, who has confirmed that as recently as 50 years ago, septic tanks at Parana Park were discharged directly into the river. Think about it, the place to which Waikato Tainui would go to swim, to wash, to pray, to be cleansed, to be healed, and pollution is being directly dumped into this pristine pool. It doesn't make sense. Of course, we understand the purpose of this legislation investing Parana Park in the Hamilton City Council falls within a chain of legislation which should be updated and modernised. This bill is no longer subject to the trusts of the last will and testament of George Parr, a farmer who died back in 1929. It also supersedes the 1958 legislation, which was introduced to ensure the land was protected from inappropriate use, bearing in mind that up until that time it had been used for a children's convalescent home for patients from Waikato Hospital. That history is important, but equally important is the history and authority of mana whenua, who take seriously their obligations as tangata tiaki to care for their environment. And the recent history is especially important in terms of the role of the Waikato River Authority. The co-governance approach associated with this authority shapes a new era of resource management in which accredited commissioners appointed by Waikato Tainui, Raukawa, Ngāti Tūwharetoa, Maniapoto and Te Arawa River iwi will be appointed to Waikato Regional Council hearing committees and boards of inquiry for applications for resource consent. It is a very positive approach. The authority comprising equal numbers of Crown and iwi appointed members sitting together at the table overseeing the management of the health and well-being of the river. And in doing so, the authority gives life to the concepts of te mana o te awa, the respect for the tupuna awa and mana whakahaere, the exercise of control, access to and management of the river and its resources in accordance with tikanga. In undertaking my research into this bill, I came across a study in which 150 marked farm-bred juveniles of the threatened giant kōkopu were released into streams in the urban Kirikiriroa, Parana Park and Mangako Tukutuku catchments in Hamilton. Survival of the kōkopu species is of vital interest as an aspect of our environmental protection and management, and reminds us again of the need to care for the health and well-being of the Waikato River, the river that runs directly adjacent to Parana Park. There are other aspects of the history of the land that may come up through select committee stage, particularly the historic association that Ngāti Wairere have with this area known as Pūtikitiki, and there may well be many, many more stories that need to be heard. It is therefore in the interests of the iwi and mana whenua that we support this bill to bring their stories to the fore.